Welcome back to you already know what's going on, man. I had to get a little jazzed up before we get started. Gotta jam out. Hey, you ain't here with me for about 45 minutes to an hour. So if you don't want to be here, stop watching the video. If you want to watch about 20 minutes of the video, then pick it up later and watch 20 more minutes of the video, then I'm there. And if you don't watch the video at all, you just been a hater because you just want to see what I'm doing. I'm here for it. Just don't forget to press that bell, subscribe, or not. Anyway, so let's take a dive into how I am looking at the market this week, this month. You should probably watch the previous video so you can catch up and see what I'm doing. I'm working on getting everything out. Man, I feel like I'm behind, but we're about to go hard for the next few 30 days. So I hope you guys are in with me. So let's start off reading the notes for Nas 100 since it takes us the longest to do. I can put my timer up because I need some direction. And I'm gonna put about 20, I'm gonna put 15 minutes on the go for Nas 100 because it takes us a minute. I see somebody steal my style, y'all. Got the bun in and stuff on, just so ratchet. You feel me? They say it's ghetto. I don't really care, honestly. All right. Um, this is Nas 100. So we are in August and we marked the let's see something. Let me see. Nope. I want this is okay. So off of last week, we already marked the month. So let's show what happened since August 5th, and then we will go into it. So August 5th note says on the month, week, and daily time frame, prices above pivot point. Once price had reached previous resistance, no, uh, previous take profit. Price pulled back down to retest trend line and respected by staying above pivot point. On the 4-hour time frame, price broke above the overall resistance level, breaking the previous daily high, which means we could have entered there. The previous daily high, previous weekly high as well, but price did not break the previous monthly high. Price did pull back and retest the trend line. Price broke below and closed on the 4-hour time frame. Watch trade come back to the previous daily high and look for some opportunities or wait to see if price going to break structure. Price do a break of structure to continue. All right. So let's see. Since today is Tuesday, so we had a day or so, Monday, Sunday, Monday to happen. Let's see how the market correct itself. All right. All right. Let's go down. So we see that the buyers got all the way up and broke the previous weekly high, breaking the previous monthly high. So we had already peaked that a little bit for the weekly, but now price has broke the previous weekly high. It didn't close above it, but we have reached new highs. So let's drop down to the weekly and see how close we are to this trend line now. So price is a little bit below previous weekly high, but again, price has went into the previous monthly high. So we have broken to the previous monthly high. So this candle that we are on today, yesterday, um, did not break the previous monthly high. Well, we did break the previous monthly high. We just didn't close above the previous monthly high. And then, as you can see, we was here. Price pulled back to that trend line. Couldn't got in somewhere up in here off this candle. Once we saw this candle break the previous daily high, then we could have got in on this candle and profiting off this trade. But I wanted to see how the market was going. So price bounced off this trend line pretty nicely, and we'll pull it on out, making a valid trend line. And then we are above pivot point still, so this is giving a nice bullish momentum. Let's see for the day what we're doing. Price. So on the 4-hour, price half broke the previous monthly high and closed above. So that is good, right? For the 4-hour, the 1 hour. All right, but we have not broke the on the day, but for the monthly high, but we have. So we're gonna look at the daytime first. I'm gonna delete the week. I'm gonna delete the day, and we're gonna remark it for this week and today, and then we're gonna see if we can get opportunity to get into the trade. So, and then I go back and write some notes because I should have been writing the notes as actually. Let's do that for the monthly. Actually, these would be invalid notes, so let's not do those right now. Let's go back to what we're doing for the week. We're gonna take away everything for the week. We're in a new week, so we're gonna mark off of this week instead of that week. Previous day low can stay for second. No, we are the previous daily high was broken here on this candle, so we could have got in profit. But I'm actually gonna delete the weekly and the day. So let's go back to the week so I can make sure I delete everything for the week. All right, let's go down to the day. We're gonna delete everything that's purple. Be careful. And you should be pretty good with this now, like marking the zones, knowing what I'm doing. Honestly, my time going to reading the notes and being intricate and being complicated, like, oh, is it going this way? Is it going that way? Is it going this way? Is it going that way? So, oh, in the previous weekly, we're gonna do it. So that's the previous monthly high. Boom. And now I'm gonna go back to the week. We're gonna mark this for the week. All right. So this is the week that we're currently on. So we're gonna mark it off this week. And I'm going to take this away. All right, we're good. I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit. This candle. All right. You already know what we do. We're marking the highs, the previous weekly high, previous weekly low. We're gonna do let's do a purple. If that thing thicker than a Snicker, then we're gonna do the same thing for the low. We're gonna mark that bad boy. Previous weekly low. Previous weekly high. All right, then we're gonna mark the opening and the closing of this candle. Turn that bad boy purple. All right. Previous weekly open. And then this would be the previous weekly close. All right. Now we got to go off of the day. But I'm just gonna drag these points. There we go. So as you can see, price broke above that previous weekly close and the previous weekly high. And now let's go to the day. This is today, so we're gonna go off yesterday. And let's go with the blue. Right, my bad. I'm like try to, I'm over here trying to freaking see because I'm blind about to knock over to this. All right. And then let's mark the high, which is this candle here where there's no wick because this is a pretty bullish candle. So we're just gonna mark it. Previous weekly open. No, previous daily open, my bad. Previous daily close. And then it's the previous daily high. So as we drop down this candle, we need to see the price is, whatever, let's write these notes. 0825, no, 081225. Price is above pivot points on time frames. I'm gonna show you that so you don't be like, you're just making up stuff. So above the pivot point, there's the pivot point. Let's go to the monthly. Where's that pivot? Pivot point is right here. We're gonna delete the notes from last week. All right, so we're above the pivot point on the month. We're above the pivot points on the week. And you need to see that. So there you go right there. Um, all right, there's no pivot points after that. So yeah, on the week, the day, pivot point is right there. The 4 hour, pivot points is here. Price already came back down, retest that pivot point, boom, stayed above the next pivot point, boom, shot up. And then the 1 hour, price again, pivot points here, pivot points here. So price is above the pivot points. My month. This is what throwing it off. Let me just turn this white. There you go. So pivot points here, pivot points here. All right. So price is above pivot points. Where it go? Because the white is the monthly resistant level. Okay. All time frames. And then now, uh, price have broken into new high higher than the previous month high. Um, or if that happened on the monthly, the week, the day. Yeah. Or in the monthly, weekly, daily time frame. Uh-oh. On the 4 hour and 1 hour, on the 4 hour and 1 hour time frame, price have has broken and closed above the previous monthly high. We see that there. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, that candlestick here. Now, as we evaluate on these smaller time frames, price pull back down, retest this low. But this is a major resistance level here, so I'm at support level now because it was a resistance. Now it's support, support, support. We want to see if price break the daily high, and price break the daily high on the 4 hour, 1 hour. Wait. Go back. Price. Okay, yep. Price breaks. You can put 5 minutes on. We're almost there. We're gonna get a take profit, and then we're gonna keep going. Price breaks previous daily high on the 4 hour, 1 hour. So we are looking for buying between. So just price break this previous daily high here. I'm gonna drop down to the smaller time frame because price broke this. So we got on this candle here. We're gonna get in just a little bit. I'm gonna put a little back here just in case it comes all the way back because yeah. All right, so let's get a take profit and we're gonna move on with this one. I mean entry. Because the ideal would have been when price broke this candle here, we could come back and enter on that same right here. But we're not that far off from this trade, so we can still have time to catch a long position. So this is the candle that we're in for the day. Going to enter back in on this candle. Right? And I'm gonna pull this a little bit here, back here. Come this far, I don't want it. All right. Uh-oh. And then, because there's no daily low. It's a 1 and 3. Yeah. Because this price it has gone down here before. Let's see what they look like. Because the candle broke the high here. I'm trying to think. Maybe daily high, weekly high. Yeah, because they'll be coming back to the lows. So I would like to see that happen. So let's get the take profits and TP and all that off of. In a second. I'm just trying to straighten my screen up a little bit. All right. Try to get in. The entry point will be 123,870.3. Come on, man. All right, hold on. All right. EN, TP, SL. I'm trying to catch this trade before I get in. So it'll be 23,870.8. And then the take profit will be 24,3110.3. And then the sell loss would be 23,527.1. All right. All right, because we have to move on. So let's enter this trade. Let's do a trade. We're gonna do a buy stop price is at 23,870.8. Take profit is 24,310.3. And my sell loss will be 23,527.1. All right. Average is pretty good. 66. All right, so let's buy. Stop. We logging in. Estimated money impact for main order. Buy stop one, one and one margin. Okay. And let me see something. Yeah, negative 343 if it sell loss and then it be okay, that's not too bad. All right, so we in that, we in that, right? One second, y'all. One second. Hello? I don't know. I don't know. I usually just text her or call her. What? Oh, wait, one second. Hold on. Wait, I mean, you at her house? All right, I'll just call her. All right. What? Hmm? Wait, hold on. They in the office because. Hello? Yo, Dana. How you doing?
Pretty good on yourself.
I'm good. You at the house?
No, I'm actually not too far from you. I'm getting my laundry tightened. I'll be back home, for around 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Want me to call you when I get home?
Yeah, that's fine. You can call me home.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right, bet.
Oh, all right. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye bye.
Sorry, y'all. All right. All right. That's what I got. Sorry about that. I got a call. So we got our entries in. We're accumulated about $439.50. If we get this trade successfully, we'll lose about $343.70. If we don't, currently, because I need to move on. Uh, we're up 210. So, but the percent was a very low percent. So we're gonna go from there. So we're gonna lock that in and we moving on to go. See ya. All right, go. Show us something nice. Let's read the notes. August 5th, it says on the week time frame, prices above previous weekly high on the previous day. Oh, and on the daytime frame, prices not above the previous daily high. Prices above the pivot point. Price also has broken the trend line and retested below it and rejected the trend line down. Wait and see what price do next. So that was the advice that we gave ourselves for this trade on August 5th. So let me see what's popping. So we're not above. Because this was the candle that broke the trend line. Um, and then this confirmed that break, dropping below. Still not been able to come back above. So this trend line to me tells me a few things that uh there's losing there's some momentum that's been lost. Price also was making higher highs, higher high, and then this would be a higher low. And then looking at where price is right now, boom, start a higher low. So it's let me know that there are some things happening. I can't really see the 2 points here, so we're gonna drop down to the day. Mm-hmm. Price broke into the previous daily high and then dipped back into here. And I do see price like doing some crazy, like going up here, retesting under here. But I don't think it's going to make it back above the previous daily high because it's been rejecting that high. You feel me? So as we drop down to the 4 hour, it kind of it kind of like confirmed. You see what price breaks on this candlestick here, the previous daily high. It breaks here and with like a full body, and then this doji come right up in here, then another doji, another doji. Price never closed above; it just kept wicking higher. So there were sellers trying to gain control, and then buyers trying to gain control, and then sellers dipped everything back to below this previous daily low. Previous daily high, and locked it. in below, then it never made it higher. And as you can see, it's happening right here too. So I feel like price is falling. Um, yeah, and then you can kind of see it at a better angle of this, because see, a price tried to make this high, but it wasn't as high as that high over there. So it dipped back down. All right, breaking this trend line. And the price charted, didn't get as high as those previous highs, and it's still breaking this trend line, but it retested this trend line. Price came back down, and then look, like a higher low. So this low, this higher high is higher than that higher high. So it's a higher low, and then there's a higher high up there. So we need to change everything for us, like the weekly and the daily, um, and see what we going for. Cause let me look at this. And we're below the trend line. Price broke trend line on the weekly time frame. Resistant price back down. We're here to here, and now we're here. So we're going back down. So I'm looking for price to break below here. We want price break below here. So let's do that. We'll put 15 minutes on the timer. 1 second. Um, mm, Sorry about this, guys. Okay, it's looking like this. You know what I'm saying? It was a nice party trend line, and I'll show you. I don't look like that on the monthly though. It was nice and pretty. See, touch point, touch point, touch point. We had a few good touch points, a lot of good touch points. Boom. And the price made that last touch point and they broke it. So I'm necessarily the break of structure is over. So price has made a break of structure. Now has price changed the character of the market? That's my question. So let me put a time on here. Go do 15. And last ones we'll do like 10 minutes because we don't need the whole 15. So the month time frame that we're working off of is all the way over here. So we're gonna change the month, the day, because this is August, right? So we need to be working off not this candle, not but this candle. So let's delete the monthly. We're gonna delete everything except the markings on this chart. Okay. I'm gonna keep those little notes. Wait, we are off the candle tipping. Let me look at something. I know what I just deleted, but 3 minute close. There's no low. So we are working off the right candle, this candle, and opening up here. So we need to drop down to the week and delete that previous weekly low. Orange. Everything orange gotta go. I don't know why I was thinking we was on a different candle, but it wasn't. We're just deleting the weekly and the day. Blue. The All right. All the orange, the blue, the white markings all got to go. And then we'll keep everything else. All right. So, oh wait, previous monthly high. Yeah, previous monthly close and open. Okay, so we're gonna keep that. Now we're just gonna remark the week. All right. So let's remark this week. The orange had to go. Yep, there we go. So let's look at let's look at this candle for the week of the fourth. Yeah, because we're gonna work off the week that we were in, not the week that we are in. We work off the week that we were, and we're just gonna do blue because I like blue. All right, boom. We're gonna spread this out to there so we can see it a little bit more. I'm going to clone this bad boy, and then I'm going to remark it down there. Wait, I want to make sure it's on the okay, and then I'm gonna put the high. So now let's mark it. Previous weekly high, previous weekly open, because it's a bullish candle, and then we have a previous weekly close at the top. Previous weekly close. All right, so at this point for today, we're below previous weekly high, right? And we haven't even broken to the previous weekly close yet. So we're looking for the day now. So drop down to the day. We're not going to mark the candlestick that we're on, which is today. The 12th, we're going to mark the candlestick from yesterday. We're going to make that bad boy just a little bit bigger. There we go. And I'm going to go with, yellow or purple. I like purple. No, white text, purple. All right. So since we're doing selling, the opening would be at the top, and then the closing would be at the bottom because we're selling. Make sure you don't get tripped up by that. All right. And now we're going to mark that bad boy. Previous daily open. Previous daily close. We're going to mark the high and the low because there is a high and a low. All right. Previous daily high. And now we're going to mark the previous daily low. Right. Yeah. Previous daily low. All right. So price is below the previous daily closing and we're pitching into the previous daily low. So in order for me to say this has changed the whole trajectory, right? Because we had a break of structure. So the break of structure is not continuing. We just want to make sure it have the character of the market change, right? And so, which mean price break a high, made a higher high, followed by a higher low, followed by a lower low, right? So lower low started to reject each other. Price got up to here, 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 and then this is the low. But price didn't break this low again, right? Start making higher lows. So we want price to break this previous daily low, right? Because I have way more confidence for the sale because, like I said, it's see higher high, higher low, higher low. So price come back down to here. We'll at least be going back into where this um, support is right here. And this, I would say the neckline point because you go boom, boom. This W, if you this M, if you look at it like that too. Like, let me just draw it because that's how my brain. This is how my brain be moving, right? So this was the low price, make the high here, came back to this low here, boom, and then made this higher low, came back to this low here. So as you see, this is the M, and this low was lower than that low, right? So price made a higher high, followed by higher lows here, and another higher low here. Or is that equal? About the same, so that didn't count. But this one was a higher low, right about in here, right? So we need price to come back down to boom, 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 boom. This would make it a change of character. But I do know we can at least eat off the trade back down to this support here. So I'm trying to delete that out the way. It's going back to the 4 hour, the 1 hour. I'll go to my daily. What happened? The daily low. So price need to break the previous daily low for us to look at this and be like, I'm gonna get in. Right? This is the previous daily low. Price hasn't really broke the previous daily low is at all yet. So the main thing I'm gonna put for this trade 08 12 25 is that price has created higher high and higher low, higher low. This means price breakup structure has ended. Um, we are looking for um, the lower, the higher low, the lower high to be broken by a lower low to solidify this change of character in the market. Still will be looking at selling opportunities. So right now, we're not gonna get in. Right? This is the main thing I want to keep on point. All right, the higher lows have been broken. I mean, the higher highs are broken, which means the break of structure. Um, this is the higher low, right? Higher low. We need to break, creating a lower low, lower low. So, and then my pivot points, as you can see, this breaking this previous day low will be right into the pivot point. So once we break to the pivot points, we have opportunity. So price has not broken below the pivot points on the daily. Like, yeah. Daily. Price to confirm by breaking the breaking below the pivot point on the daily time frame. All right, that's what I got for right now. I kind of like that. So if they give us the setup that we like, we get in. We get in that bad boy. But if not, that's fine. And we still have about 4 minutes to give and to go, but we're not going to need it. Because as you can see, it's going to do exactly what I said. It's going to go boom. Not exactly. I don't really know. Then it's going to go boom. Price get to here. Boom. They'll have an opportunity to try to either go here or back up to here. And bam, boom, boom. That's what I see. But anyway, moving on. We're going to go to GBP, JPY. So we're going to look at uh the news, and then we're gonna go to JPY USD, and then we outie 530. Don't like let's go ahead and lock this bad boy in. It's nice what locked in. Yeah, we lock nines in. So let's GBP JPY. Let's go ahead and go to what? Forexfactory.com. Okay, so this Tuesday we're gonna look at GBP, we're gonna look at JPY. Now you know now if I don't like the news, I'm not even gonna waste my time to send this up unless it's giving me a nice setup for next week. GBP, JPY had yellow news. GBP on today was orange, yellow. JPY is yellow. Okay. For Wednesday, JPY is yellow. GBP is yellow and red. Wait, yellow for Wednesday, red for Thursday, GBP, orange and yellow for Thursday. And then I don't see no JPY. JPY is yellow. JPY is yellow. Friday, GBP, no GBP, and no JPY. So it was yellow, orange, and red for this one. You know how I feel about that. So let's see. Let's just off the bat look at the notes. That's where I want to start because this particular trade is intricate to me. I've seen it a while back. So for the fifth, it says, I do not like this trade setup. News is full of yellow and red folders for this week. We're going to pass on this trade this week for me personally. And I think that's probably going to be about the same because we have the W. I needed to break this level. Where we are for the month. Did I mark up the right month? Yeah. Mm. Daily. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Trying to figure out where my daily went to. Let's zoom in a little bit because we are above the pivot points. Fell a little bit. So do I need to change my week? Yeah, I need to change my week because I am not. All right, I'm not really sure what this is about, but we're gonna do 15. We're gonna do 10 minutes because I'm not gonna even spend that long on this one because the previous day low is down there for the month. Okay, so there's my month here. And that's a nice month because this is the month we're working off of. And then my weekly, which is confusing me. Not really for sure where this week come from, so we're just gonna delete because we're in this week. So let's just delete it. It's a lot of confusion. I didn't whatever, previous day low. Everything but the blue we gonna delete. If it ain't blue, get it out of here. Um, the monthly is blue, so we're going pink, yellow. And this is, yeah, we're gonna delete that too. All right, let's look at it. Sorry that. Um, everybody trying to get in touch with me right now. So we already got blue, so let's do purple. Did I forget? Oh, let's do it. There we go. All right. Da da da. And now we're gonna clone that bad boy. Yeah. Make sure we cover that. There we go. And make sure we're gonna mark that. It's the weekly, previous weekly close. Because it closed below. This is the selling candle. This is the previous weekly open. So we're below the previous month. And then there we go. Previous weekly low. And then we got the color previous weekly high. All right. And right now we're above the previous weekly high, which I think is just a pullback for the momentum. And it's a lot of crazy stuff going. I really don't know because we broke above this major resistance level, and it made a W formation. But then we still haven't successfully broke above. Let's go to our day. So this is today. That's the day. So we're gonna go off of that day. And I'm I'm not trading this. I'm just marking this so we can see it. Let's go with um blue, purple, and let's go with orange. This candle. All right, cool. That candle. You gotta get on that closing. Okay. And then this high up here. Make it orange. And now we got it. Previous weekly high. Previous daily high. There's no low. This is a previous daily open. Because it's a buying candle, so we buy low, and then it's a previous daily close. All right. So we're above the pivot points, which is giving buying opportunities, but um let's go back so I can see something. Yeah, so I think candle the price is here. If it break above, we have opportunity to buy up here. It's just new, it's just not giving me what I want. So it makes me feel that price can actually drop to retest this zone down here. But we're above pivot point levels. I think it's gonna do a little pullback on the retest to these pivot points. So I honestly I like the way the setup is, but I'm not gonna even hurt myself to spend any more time on this trade because I don't like it. Right? So where's my notes? Uh 8, 12, 25. News is showing red, orange, and yellow photos. The opportunity that we are looking for is a strong buy. There is some selling control or pullback that is needed to happen. So we are going to wait this trade this week. Look into this trade once this week. Do what it is going to do. That's really what I have on that trade because I really like how close to the zone we are. We're in this neckline zone, and I feel like prices get up here. I can have opportunity for buying opportunities up there. I have massive buys that way, but right now that's not the buy I want to get into. So we're gonna lock this chart. Moving on to the last chart, JPY USD. JPY wasn't really crazy this week. USD is always crazy. So we can see what the notes is giving. Um, Below this for the day. Yeah. We got close, but it didn't take us out the trade. So we're gonna watch this trade. We're gonna continue to watch the trade because it got close, but it didn't take us out. So where's my notes? Do I have notes? Oh, price 20. We got a 08 12 25. We price was very close to the sell-offs, but not going to go with the sell trade opportunity. Let me see. History. Wednesday. But what trade was this though? Okay. Okay. I'm trying to. I know this was Nas. I don't. I'm trying to figure out what this is. I don't know. I know this one is not long position. It says no. Oh, JPY USD. It did knock us out. Negative 21.25. So price knocked out the trade with a negative 5, but it is still leaning in the sell opportunity. So let me see. Um, what is my thinking? I don't know because it got us close there, but I don't know. I see where it's going. Hmm. I don't know. I think I'm gonna watch this one. This one, because the yellow and stuff. So I'm gonna watch this trade. Let's do that. Let me watch this trade for this week because I don't really like what's going on right now. But I do know I like the sale. So let's do this. Wait to see what price does this week. Not to for sure buy into trade. All right. So we got JPY, USD, GBP, JPY, NAS 100. We're in that trade, and then gold. So that's all I got. Like that's all I got. Like I personally just wanted you to tap in with me, see how I look at it each week, whether I fall or not fall or what it is, whatever it is, you get the chance to look at it. Um, life gonna life. That's what they gonna do. It's gonna do that regardless. You gotta find ways to be positive and stick with it and throughout all things while life is life. And tell me how to do that. Hold up. Okay. Oh, yeah. All things while life is life. It's gonna go through up and down, man. Like sometimes I be confused and sometimes I don't. But don't let people get on here and tell you like, oh, you can do this, you can do that, you can do this. All you gotta do is learn the strategy. All you gotta do is learn the strategy. I'm just showing you my strategy. I don't care if you learn it. You gotta learn something. So you gotta learn the meat and potatoes. You gotta learn how to read the candlesticks. You gotta learn how to mark the candlesticks. You gotta learn how to uh be able to understand the market, what is market structure, to be able to utilize these things like a pivot point or a Fibonacci or SMA, EMA. Use these tools to be able to help you. So no matter what you do, you got to learn the basics in meat and potatoes before you get the whole 4 course meal. So learn it, don't run from it. And I see you next time after you trying to figure out what life is going like this. Blah. Forex is stupid. What I'm supposed to be? Oh, whatever. Supposed to be right here. All right. See you next time on Forex is stupid. Peace.